In our previous lecture, we learned how we can apply multi-threading in Java by extending the thread class. Now students, in this video lecture, I am going to demonstrate how we can achieve the concept of multi-threading by implementing the runnable interface. See, this is our program. Again, I have taken the same class table, which is implementing the runnable interface. And we have got two instance variables in this class again, num and thref. Num is the number which is going to be used to print the table. The table of this number will be printed. And see carefully, we cannot expect multi-threading to work without the help of the thread class. When we people use uh, the thread class, we people extend the thread class to apply the multi-threading. There is no need to declare any object of the thread class explicitly. Why? Because we are extending the thread class. Now, in this case, we are not extending the thread class, rather we are implementing the runnable interface, but we cannot go for multi-threading without using an object of the thread class. So what I have done here is, I have merely declaring a reference variable of thread class. I would be instantiating the object of the thread class in the constructor. Uh, let's go into the method main. Only then I will be able to explain the things in a better way. Now, in the main method, what we are doing is we are creating an object of the table class by passing 90, and myth1 happens to be the name of the thread. Again, the control will go into the constructor. Num value 90 would be passed to the formal parameter num, and the name myth1 will go into thname. Now, see the first line carefully. In the first statement, I am going to instantiate an object of the thread class, and uh, as per the syntax, when I am instantiating an object of the thread class, I am supposed to pass two arguments. The first one is a reference to the current object, that is this, and second one is the name of the thread, and name of the thread has been stored into the formal parameter thname. So we have finished instantiating an object of the thread class. Now next job that I have done is I have put the value of the formal parameter num into the instance variable num. And what I am going to do is, this time over, I am going to print the details of the thread by printing the reference to thread class object, that is thref. Let me make this statement as a comment. I would be talking about this statement later on. As I have told you in the previous lecture, our thread execution starts only and only when the control enters into the run method. And interestingly, the run method is executed only with the call made with the name start. So when we would write thref.start, the control is bound to go to the run method and our thread will start executing. Now, the code happens to be exactly the same as I have explained in the previous program. Now, the table of this num value, which happens to be 90, is going to be printed, and as per the rule, when thread.sleep will be issued, this thread will sleep for 700 milliseconds, and the control will pass to the main thread. And in the main thread, we are printing the table of this value 20. So rest of the program happens to be the same. I need not explain rest of the program. And let me execute this program. Yes, here we go. We are getting the output in the same manner as we got in the previous video lecture. Yeah. Now suppose in the previous video lecture, whereby I have used the extension of the thread class, I have printed the details of the thread by printing the reference variable this. But this time over, I'm removing the statement as a comment, and I'm making it the main one of the statements which will be executed. Details of thread thref. Now thref happens to be the reference of the thread class, and we will see when I will execute this program, it is going to print the main three pieces of information about this child thread, and that would be, as I have explained in the previous lecture, first one would be the name of the thread, second one would be the priority number, and third one would be its parent thread. Yeah, let me show you the details. This is the output generated by the system.out.println statement, which happens to print the reference variable thref. See, myth 1 happens to be name of the thread, 5 is its priority number, and main is the parent thread it has emanated from. So guys, I hope you were able to understand the concept of the threading, multi-threading using the runnable interface. Thank you. We will meet next time.